Hello everyone, this is Al Red Sox Fan coming to you from Al Red Sox Fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. And we're going to come with a very special presentation of the wrestling dice game, which I found on, it's free, and I found on Sports Replay's Field of Dreams. It has an Excel helper, and we're going to take a look at that. It's a real fun game. I also downloaded some cards I cut up, and so you can play it as a true card and dice, and the game is very fun. And they have a plethora of wrestlers. And Danny and Gray's Cards and Toys, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Hope you are well. Check out that wonderful card collecting channel and toys collecting channel as they go on his toy adventures with his son. It's a lot of fun, so check that channel out. So I found this game once again on Sports Replay's Field of Dreams. The link is provided in the chat and on the page. This is the Excel helper, but again, you can print up the cards and roll the dice. It's a lot of fun. You can also use the Excel helper so you don't have to flip through charts. So I played about 5 matches, 4 of them card and dice, 6 matches actually, 4 of them card and dice, and then the Excel helper, a couple of them. So we're going to show you a bout between Ric Flair and the Iron Sheik. Ken Castro is here at the arena. Hope all is well. Ken, sports writer extraordinaire from the great state of Rhode Island. And this match is going to be between Ric Flair and the Iron Sheik, as I stated. And this is an Excel helper. This game is free. And let's get to it. And it plays like an APA game, and you'll see what I'm talking about in a moment. Let me close down a few of these things. So, all right, here we go. So, Ric Flair, 6'1", 243 pounds, from Charlotte, North Carolina. Singles rating, his grade is an A. He'll be taking on the Iron Sheik. We're in Tokyo. The Sheik is 6 feet, 262 pounds, from Tehran, Iran. And his singles grade rating is a B. And again, it plays very much like APA. So Ric Flair will have control first because he's a higher graded wrestler. And what you see here, and you can pick, there's a plethora of wrestlers. I'm just going to show you real quick the roster. There is a gazillion wrestlers, from Abdullah the Butcher to the Warlord. It is unbelievable. Wahoo McDaniels. I wonder if they have Jay Strongbow. I was looking for Chief Jay. I didn't see it. Let's see if they have Jay Strongbow. Yes, they do. Yeah, had I known that, I would have done a Chief Jay Strongbow match. One of my all-time favorites as a kid. So they have a plethora of wrestlers. And they have, again, it's a free game, so I guess he was going to fill in junior heavyweights. Never did that, but there's so many wrestlers, over 200, I believe. They also have managers. So there's a lot of wrestlers here. Now let's just go back to the Excel spreadsheet. And these cards, this is what the cards look like with more stats. It looks like an APA card. I just took this part and I pasted it here. The cards are absolutely wonderful. To pick a match, you would click New Match. We'll do it again. So you would click New Match. And then you just click here. And here are the wrestlers. So then we would just look for Ric Flair. We go down until we see Ric Flair. And there's Ric Flair. You click on it. And we have singles match. And then we want the Iron Sheik. It's the Iron Sheik, as I had to actually look for it. So you have to go down to the T's. Look at all these wonderful old school wrestlers. The Iron Sheik. You hit OK. You could put a time limit. We're going to have no time limit. And again, Ric Flair with an A grade against Iron Sheik, a B grade. He'll start in control. The green right here means he's in control. The dice roller is right over here. Okay. Dave Gardner is at the wrestling ringside, and it really plays wonderfully. And again, you can print the cards. I printed 50 wrestlers. I'm going to print the rest the next couple of days. The games go quick or long depending on how it goes. All right, so Ric Flair is an A. That's the best you can be, and it will go up or down depending on how the match goes. His DQ is an 8 out of 12, so a 9 and above, he will be disqualified. And he has 3 kickouts. So when Ric Flair can actually be counted out, and he can be counted out. You have to beat Ric Flair basically 4 times in a match, because he can, if you pin him 3 times, he can kick out. You go kick out, and the match isn't over. You just use one of your kickouts. And these are the results here. 11 through 36, you will go to a chart, as you see over here, a results chart, and you click on these, and it changes the charts. Really cool. So you can bring this up and still roll your own rolls and disregard this roll, and you don't even have to flip through charts. It's right here. I played on the kitchen table, so I was flipping through charts. I had them laid out all over the place. And then 41 through 66 are action results that come right off the card. U1 means you, say if it was for the Iron Sheik on his card, he would go from a B to an A. And if it's a D1, he would go from a B to a C. If it's a D2, he would go to a D. There is no E. It goes straight to F. And other than that, the Sheik is a B grade. His disqualification is a 9, so he actually has, he is disqualified 10, 11, and 12, and he only has 1 kick out. All right, so we're in Tokyo. Ric Flair taking on the Iron Sheik. Dave says, where can you find this game? The link is in the chat, David, and also on the page. I highly recommend. Now, I pasted these on. Okay, I pasted the pictures on. But that's what the card... I wonder if I can show you the cards real quick. Let me show you what a card looks like. Let me go back into OBS and set up an image. I wonder if an image... or a screen. Let's do a window. Let's do a window. And let me just show you what the cards look like. They're absolutely fabulous. And I just printed them up on regular paper, and I was just having a heck of a time playing. It was so much fun. Let's go window capture. Hold on a moment, and let's just bring that down here. Cancel. Okay. I just want to see if I can bring up the window without having a black screen. So let's see if we can do this here. That's the wrestling. I don't think it's gonna let me do it, but I will do a copy paste afterwards to show you. Yep, sports replays Field's a Dream. You are correct, Ken. All right, so I can't do that right now. I don't have the know-withal how to do that. Let's cancel that out, and let's just get rid of that extra screen here. And we'll start the match in a moment. Let's remove that. All right. So let me show you what I will actually cut and paste the card right here. We'll do the Iron Sheik card because I have it up. We'll cut and paste the Iron Sheik once again, but I'll show you the full card that would print, as I just printed the top because I have the card to the left. Let's go new, and this is, in a moment, it looks like an APA card. And actually, when you read, you can see this person was an APA fan. He actually, when I was reading about it, do a copy. And this is what the card looks like. Let me just move Mr. Sheik over here for a moment and put this right here. That's what the card looks like. So I'm showing you, this is the card you would print up. Now, I didn't copy paste it because it's right here, the card to my left. But this is the card you would print up. It's beautiful. Take care, Danny. As he says he hopes Flair wins. So we're going to start the match shortly. It's more about showing the game, and then I'll play it to the best of my ability. It's pretty easy. It's fun. So that's what the card looks like. It's free, and there's over 200 wrestlers. Imagine if you printed a nice card stock. I printed it on regular paper. So, yeah, you have to scroll down on the page a bit. Ken's correct. It's not going to pop up. You got to scroll down. There's 2 wrestling games. I like this one a little better than the other one, but I haven't really delved into that. There's also Brian's Wrestling, which that's another one I'll show once I understand it better. This one was really easy to understand for me. I'm sure the other one is. I just really like this one because I started playing it. It's free. Does that card not look impressive? As Ken says, wow, very impressive. This is the card. So what you would do is you would download the game. You don't even have to have... when I play it online, I'm just showing you the Excel helper. I'm actually going to use this sheet. And then when I have to change the charts, I'm just going to click on the charts and look at my screen real quick. This is the game. This is free. This person did this free. It's incredible. Chris. I don't know who it is, but God bless you, Chris. All right, so I'm going to actually... So that's the card, and I'm just going to move that down. Can we move? Let's just get it out of the way. But that's the card, and we can show it again later if you want. But that is the card, folks. I want to move this back, and we're going to get the match started. So all I did was do a cut... what's that called? A snippet of just the top part. Because, again, to the left... We're getting the information. We're getting the Ric Flair. You don't want to fool around with the Excel spreadsheet. There's only 2 places that you're going to punch stuff in. You're going to change the grade as you're told under the D2 and D3. You just literally change the grade and it'll keep track here. And I believe that's for a time limit. So if you changed it 30 times, it would be a 30-minute time limit. We're going no time limit. And then also with the knockdowns... right here, like if you would click in, Flair has 3 saves basically. He can kick out or be saved from a count out or a submission hold 3 times. One you can use. He has 3 times that he's on the verge of defeat that he can save himself. And you would if you would punch it in here, I'll show you really quick. If we did 1 and then you hit enter, and you see it goes down to 2. We'll just get rid of that and go back to 3. And again, the Iron Sheik only has 1 save. They're basically saves. They're saves. As Dave Little, I think you'll like this. Dave Little, he's a big wrestling fan, and we're gonna do this real soon. But I highly recommend checking the game out. It's free. And Dave, I don't know if you haven't seen the card. This is what the card looks like if you want to print it up. That's the card. It's absolutely beautiful. So, anyway. All right. So, Ric Flair, the Iron Sheik. I almost had Barry Horowitz defeat Abdullah the Butcher. He was getting his shit kicked out of him the whole match. He had a reversal, and he almost pinned him. Then Abdullah the Butcher hit him with that big elbow, and he pinned him. So, I will do my best wrestling call. I'm going to go slow because I want to get it right. I want to show you guys how well this game plays. All right, so Ric Flair is an A grade against the Sheik is a B grade, so he has control first. And you can mod the rules. You could roll dice to see who gets the control first. All right, so here we go. Ric Flair's in control first. The dice are right here. And we roll. It's a 32. And if you're rolling at home, you'd use a red and white die and read the red die first, then the white die. So it's a 32. We're going to go to the Flair card, and it's going to go to a chart. So a 32 is a setup. So then we come over to this blue screen here, and we click on setup holds. So Flair will go to a setup hold, and now when we roll, we add them together. When you roll on a chart, you add them together. So it's 2 through 12. And that's a 6. So Flair goes for a bulldog, but the Sheik throws him into the corner, and the Sheik takes over on offense. So the Sheik reverses the bulldog on Flair. So when that happens, you see how this green marker is up here? It says Ric Flair. That means he's in control. You click on the reverse, and now you see the green goes down to the Iron Sheik. So now we roll off the Sheik's card. So the Iron Sheik is in control. That's a 54. That's how you read it when you go to the card. 54 will be in action. And the Sheik gets Flair in the corner, and he's choking him. And Flair, his grade is now a D1. It's going to go down one. So Flair's grade goes from a C. And this, again, it's okay to punch something in under G2 and G3. That's okay. And then also here for the knockdown, for the saves, kickouts. It's okay. Don't worry about that. Other than that, you don't want to click anywhere. You don't want to punch in anything anywhere else. And always remember, if you foobar something, you can re-download it. All right, so Flair is being choked out by the Iron Sheik. The ref's going to break him, and he's going to go from a A to a B. Actually, I want to make that capital. And you'll see when we do that, one change has been made, and that's how you keep time, but we have a no time limit here. So Flair is being choked out in the corner. The ref breaks him. The Sheik's still in control. We roll a 55. Again, it's an action. A short arm clothesline, so the Sheik whips Flair to the ropes and stays in tight, and he clotheslines. Flair's in a lot of trouble as he does the 3 steps and flops to the map. And again, that is a D1, so he's going to go from a B to a C. The Sheik is taking it to Ric Flair. Sheik still in control. Let's see if he'll get a submission move in here. 56! A belly-to-belly suplex by the Iron Sheik, the former Iranian Olympian. A belly-to-belly suplex, and that again is going to downgrade Ric Flair from a C to a D. Flair is taking a pummeling. To beat the man, you have to beat the man. To be the man, you have to beat the man. And the Sheik is sure doing that now. Sheik's still in control. We roll 35. We're going to go to a chart here on this side. Again, 11 through 36, you go to a chart. So a 35 is a wear-down tactic by the Iron Sheik. And you can see a wear-down tactic has a 7 next to it. So you just go over here. You click where it says wear-down tactic. Click on it. And now we roll and you add the dice together. That's a 10. The Sheik hits Flair with an atomic drop. Oh, my Lord. Flair gasping for breath. The Sheik is still in control. 22. We roll to the Sheik's card. 22. He'll throw Flair to the turnbuckle. As you see, that says turnbuckle. It's a 4. So you go here, click on the 4. It's a turnbuckle. We roll again. That's a 6. The Sheik follows Flair into the turnbuckle. Flair bounces off the turnbuckle. He grabs him, and it's a body smash. So he followed him right in with a body smash. Flair has not been on the offense at all. Sheik still in total control of this match. 43 will be in action. And there, finally, Flair reverses out. The Sheik tried to get him into a submission hold. He reverses out, so Flair finally goes on the offense because it's a reversal. 43 is a reverse. Now, if it was a reversal with a pin, you would click pin attempt and another thing would come up and you would just read it and go from there. But on a reversal, it's very important. Now, Flair's in control. As you can see, the green bar is still on the Iron Sheik. You just click reverse, and it goes up to Flair. So Flair goes on the offense. He has been getting the snot beat out of him. That's a 53. He'll be in action. And it's a double arm suplex. And that is a huge move for Flair as he flips the Sheik across the ring mat. And as you can see, a 53. The Sheik will go down 2 grades, so he's going down to a D. You go from a B to a C to a D. That was huge. So here comes Ric Flair on the comeback trail. Flair still in control. It's his turn to punish the Sheik now. That's a 24, so that's going to go off a chart. 24 Flair's going to throw the Sheik into the ropes. We'll click on the ropes. Into the ropes. There's a 5. We roll. We add together. It's an 11. You catch your opponent with a body slam to the mat. Oh, so Flair catches the Iron Sheik. And then a flying body slam. Flair gets up and goes, woo! And the crowd is on its feet here in Tokyo. Flair's now in control. And what a reversal of fortunes. We roll again. That's a 54. That'll be in action. It's going to be a suplex and a pin attempt for Flair. This match could be over as he holds the Sheik high and boom! To the mat they go. And now Flair covers him up. He goes for the pin, as you see on a 54 on the Flair card. PA means pin attempt after the vertical suplex. So he held the Sheik high in the air, the blood flowing to the Sheik's head, and then the slam. As Terry says, my money is on the Iron Sheik. Oh boy, let's see what happens. Now we click on pin attempt. Is it a reversal pin? No. The Sheik kicks out, but his grade will drop one more. Result, Ric Flair pin attempt on the Sheik. As the Sheik shows tremendous intestinal fortitude, or testicular fortitude, as they used to say it in the WWF. But his grade drops down one more, so he goes from a D to an F. There is no E, it goes to F. I don't know why, those are the rules. And you can't go any lower. So Ric Flair still in control. Can he finish off the Sheik here? 13 is out of the ring, so Flair's going to throw the Sheik out of the ring, it looks like. And that is a 2. We click on the 2. It changes the chart. We roll the die. That's a 3. And Flair throws the Sheik out of the ring. He plays to the crowd, but as he's not looking, the Iron Sheik picks up a chair and smashes Flair in the head. And down goes Flair. And the Sheik will now upgrade from an F back to a D and will continue on the offense. So what a surprise move, totally catching Ric Flair off guard. Flair playing to the crowd after he threw the Iron Sheik out of the onto the concrete. The Sheik grabbed a chair, pushing the official away, and smashed Ric Flair in the head and rolls him back into the ring. So the Sheik is now back in charge. It's a 22. The Sheik will throw Ric Flair to the turnbuckle. That is chart number 4 into the turnbuckle. We roll. You add them together when it's a chart. That's an 8. Flair goes bouncing off the turnbuckle towards the Sheik. And he clotheslines the Sheik. Unbelievable. What a job by Flair. Some blood trickling from his forehead. And he takes... Oh, nuts. Nuts. Well, I forgot to click reverse. So, yes. It would go... It should have been here. Okay. I should have... When the Sheik hit him with the chair, I forgot. You have to remember to hit reverse. So the Sheik was actually... So we'll hit reverse now, and then we'll just hit reverse back. It doesn't matter, but you have to do that. I forgot to do that. So Flair, thrown in the turnbuckle, comes out and clotheslines the Sheik. Back and forth they go. Flair is now in charge, as it was an 8. And you see your opponent. You throw your opponent. So the Sheik threw Flair into the corner. He comes hard out of the corner and clotheslines the Sheik. He has control. We have the green bar in the right spot. We roll. That is an 11. And it's going to be a specialty move. Will Ric Flair go for the figure 4 here? 60. It's an 11. Flair takes a foreign object from his opponent and hits him with it. Did the ref see it? Oh my God. So Flair takes the brass knuckles away from the Iron Sheik. He bashes him in the head. We're going to roll for a DQ. What a way for Flair to possibly lose. If he's not DQ'd, he goes for the pin. All right, so Ric Flair is DQ'd 9 and above. Here's the roll. It's an 8. Oh, boy. He just survives it. Flair will go for the pin. Will he hook the leg after hitting the Sheik with the brass knuckles when the Sheik was going to do him in? He took those knuckles away, kicked him in the nether regions. Here goes the pin for Ric Flair. It is not a reversal. Let's make sure we have the green bar where it's supposed to be. And the Sheik kicks out. Remember, actually, the Sheik has 1 save and Ric Flair has 3. I got to remember that. So the Sheik, and he will drop a grade. So the Sheik kicks out. Tremendous job by the Sheik. He goes down to an F now. The match continues. Flair is in control. 56. Belly-to-belly suplex by Flair. And he's going to hook the leg. No, he's not. That's a D1. It denigrates again. You can't go any lower than F, but you still want to change it. So you still want to hit F because you want to keep the change. That's how it keeps time if we had a time limit. So again, belly to belly. Now, my homebrew rule is because he can't go down anymore, I like to let the other wrestler, Flair will move up to a C. And I think that's fair in my opinion. So Flair moves up to a C. I probably could have just done that once, but that's what I do because he can't go down anymore, and Flair did have an advantage there, so I make it so Flair goes back up to a C. Flair's still in control. 23. I actually read it. Oh, that was right. 23, turnbuckle. So Flair's going to throw the Sheik into the turnbuckle. We go to the turnbuckle chart. We roll the die. You add them together on the charts. That's a 6. Flair follows the Sheik, and he slams right behind him. So he puts that knee into the Sheik's midsection. Continues on the offense. That's a 15. And it's going to be a brawl. A 6. The Sheik is ready. He hits you with his fist to the head. Oh, so the Sheik blocks the chop and nails Flair with the right hand. And he will go on the offense. And this is where I messed up last time. When the opponent takes the offensive control, you click reverse, and it just moves the green down. So the Sheik comes back. What a matchup we have here in Tokyo. That's a 63. It'll be an action result. It's going to be a gut-wrench suplex, and that's a tremendous. And Flair is in pain on the mat. He's going to drop 2 grades. So he's going to go DF. Again, there's no E. So both wrestlers are going to be at an F. On the 9. On the 63. Yep. And the Sheik continues to stay in control. 56. And the Sheik's going to continue with the suplex. He's a suplex master, if you remember. Belly-to-belly suplex. Flair is being pummeled once again. He can't go down any lower, so I'm going to bring the Sheik up to a D. And he continues. The Sheik is in control. 45. And Flair reverses out of that move. They're looking for the suplex. Flair pokes the Sheik in the eyes. Flair goes on the offensive. Yeah, remember, again, a reversal. Let's click that. Get the green bar on the Flair. We roll 66. Flair locks on the figure 4. This could be it. This could be it. And now he's going to go for the pin, which would be more of it'll be a submission, really, I believe. So he locks the figure 4 on. It's not a reversal. And Flair! The Sheik submits! Ric Flair defeats the Iron Sheik via the figure 4. What a matchup. So Ric Flair pins the Iron Sheik by the finisher, and that would be a submission. A submission. As Dave Little says, the Greco-Roman eye poke always comes in handy. So Ric Flair is victorious in this matchup via the figure 4. And that was a lot of fun. All right, so any questions in the chat? Once again, I will show you what the cards actually look like if you want to print them. And I have printed 50 of them. There's over 200. I think it's like 230 wrestlers. This is what the card looks like. It looks like an APA card. So you could actually print the cards, which I will continue to do. And then you can lay them out on your table if you have room where your computer is, or if you're using a laptop, right? And then you just bring up the Excel helper, okay? And instead of flipping through the chart pages, you can just click. So if it was a specialty, you click on 1. Out of the ring, you click on 2. Inside brawl, 3. Into the turnbuckle, 4. So on and so forth. Or you can flip through the papers. One or the other. Captain Carl's at the wrestling match. He says, sometimes, Dave, it's more like a Three Stooges eye poke. That's also very effective. Again, this is a free game, folks. This is free. This is what the card looks like if you just joined us. That's what the card looks like that you print. So, and you just do the same thing. And you can add managers and stuff. You know, we could have added managers for more different types of results. I haven't played with the managers yet, so I didn't want to do that. Where is the pin submission chart? Okay, the pin submission chart is right here. And there's a formula. So if we were just rolling, Dave, let's go back to the Iron Sheik for a second. The Sheik had, again, with my homebrew rules, and it says you can do homebrew rules. You can do anything you want with a game. When you can only go from A to F, A being the best, F being the worst. So if the Sheik was already at an F, all right, he was at an F. I moved him up when he downgraded Flair. Flair couldn't go any lower than F, so I just moved him back to a D. That's the way I play it. Now, it does the submission on its own with a formula. But if you were to roll, right? So the Sheik was a D. Oh, you know what? I foobarred that. We're not going to. The Sheik had one save. I didn't use it. He didn't use the save. So the match should have continued. What should have happened, I just realized that. I did that. Okay. So, again, this is the one thing you have to look for. But anyway, the Sheik would lose, just let's say you didn't have a kick out. 2 through 6 on a roll, and 9 through 12. So in their formula, he lost. And again, you could just roll it. You don't have to you can just use the charts without printing them. I printed them up. So I made a mistake. The Sheik had a kick out. It's too late now. He didn't kick out. What would have happened was, when it said he's going for the pin, you would just have used one of your kickouts. I should have put this down here, and it went 1, and then hit enter, and then his kickout was used. Where it's a save, basically. And Ric Flair has 3 saves. The Sheik had 1. But I didn't do that. We played it without the kickout. And that's fine. Poop happens. Let me just go like that. So the only 2 places you're going to type G, as you can see right here, D2 and D3, changing the grades, and it keeps track of the grade change. I believe that's a time, like if we were doing 30-minute time limit, you could have 30 changes, and then the match would be over. It'd be a draw, I guess. And then here with the saves. And I should have used the Sheik save, but I didn't. So Ric Flair wins by submission on the figure 4. As Dave Little gives the woo! All right, so now let's have a human sacrifice. Let's do another match. Do you want another match, fellas? What time is it? Ooh, 12:45. All right, so if we wanted a new match, I'll just show you real quick once again. You click on New Match. And we're not going to play Ric Flair and Iron Sheik. We'll do someone else without the pictures. Unless I can find. Let's do New Match. All right, so you click on New Match. We just finished the match. And again, I forgot to use the saves. Basically, that's what kickouts are. Flair has 3 saves where you actually have to defeat him 4 times because he's an elite wrestler. And the Iron Sheik has 1 save. Okay, so let's do I didn't see Andre the Giant. Let's see if it's the Giant or Giant. ST. I would think it's Andre. I didn't see him though. Maybe they didn't make it. Maybe he didn't make an Andre the Giant card. We got Dusty Rhodes. Let's do Dusty Rhodes. I guess we won't do a human sacrifice. Let's do Dusty Rhodes against and you have to designate someone the face and someone the heel because that's the way the charts work. Nick Bockwinkel. Ooh, Dusty Rhodes. I know what I'm going to do. Dusty Rhodes versus Jay Strongbow. And again, I got to make someone a heel and someone else a face. Just because that's the way the chart works. That's fine. Jay Strongbow. Yes. Bam. So Dusty Rhodes is an A. And let's get these. So disregard these over here. Let's actually just move these down. All right, so Dusty Rhodes is an A, DQ of an 8, so 9 and above, and he has 2 saves. Chief Jay Strongbow is a B, DQ 11 and above. He has no saves. So it's going to be Cowboys versus the Indians. Captain Carl says, turn Dusty Rhodes heel. Okay, so Captain Carl wants... So Dusty Rhodes will be the heel. Strongbow will be... Which I was going to do anyway, because I always like Chief Jay. And, you know, there's all different kind of matches, too. Let's see if I can find the pictures quick. Let's see if we do... Dusty. Hold on. Oh, yeah, we got the picture here. We got the picture. Let's do that. Let's do a snippet. Give it a little ambiance here. So we'll have Dusty Rhodes' picture in a second. Love old school wrestling. Hopefully, let's put it here. Let's put it down one. Paste. That's Dusty Rhodes. And he's going to be the heel, as assigned by Captain Carl. And now let's get Jay Strongbow. Madison Square Garden. Chief Jay Strongbow. Nice. Let's get Chief Jay. So we have Chief Jay Strongbow in a moment. So there's Chief Jay. So Dusty Rhodes versus Chief Jay Strongbow. Dusty Rhodes, 6'2", 302 pounds from Austin, Texas. A-grade wrestler against Chief Jay Strongbow, 6 feet tall, 265 pounds from Pawhuska, Oklahoma. And the match, no time limit. Rhodes will be in control. And he has 2 kickouts. Hopefully I remember that. And here goes Dusty Rhodes. It's a 13. We go to the out of the ring chart. So the action will take place out of the ring as Rhodes throws the Chief over the ropes. And it's an 8. And Chief Jay Strongbow picks up and scoop slams Dusty Rhodes on the concrete floor. And a rollout count for the heel only. Chief Jay rolls back in the ring. This could be a quick match. If we roll a 10 or 11 or 12, it is over. And actually, let me click reverse to get that there. So if this is a 10, 11, or 12, Dusty Rhodes, who was surprised after throwing Chief Jay Strongbow over the ropes, Chief Jay went into the war dance. Rhodes pounding away, and Chief Jay Strongbow scoop slammed him to the concrete. It's an 8, so Rhodes just barely makes it back in. Chief Jay in control, 61. Inverted atomic drop! Oh, the Chief is on the warpath now. Dusty Rhodes goes from an A to a B as he drops a grade. The crowd is going wild here at Madison Square Garden. Strongbow still in control, 45 off, and it's a reversal. So Rhodes reverses out of the Indian leg whip lock. And you got to make sure you click on reverse. And now Rhodes will roll on his card. That's a 35. And it's going to be a setup move for Dusty Rhodes. Let's see what he has in mind for Chief Jay Strongbow. Setup move is a 6. And if you don't know, it corresponds with the number. See, 6 setup. And we roll. And that's a 12. Rhodes puts Strongbow in the Boston Crab to wear him down. Finally, Strongbow makes it to the ropes. And the referee breaks them. Rhodes doesn't want to break, but Chief Jay goes from a B to a C grade. And we roll on the Rhodes card. That's an 11. It's going to be a Dusty Rhodes specialty move. A 10, as you add on the charts, you add them together. 4 and 6 is a 10. The crowd starts chanting and helps the face. And Chief Jay Strongbow goes into the war dance. A couple of chops. And his grade moves back up to a B. As he is now in control. Remember to click on the reverse. So Chief Jay rolls a 66. He whips Rhodes to the rope. Rhodes comes off. Tomahawk chop. Drops Dusty Rhodes. Chief Jay goes for the pin here at the Garden. The fans on their feet at Madison Square Garden. Pin attempt. Is it a reversal pin? No. And Rhodes... Oh, he uses a save, actually, so that doesn't matter. He uses a save. So we're gonna do it the right way. I forgot last time. So actually we shouldn't even have went to that. He has a kick out automatic. So we'll use a kick out, and he goes down to a C. He goes down to a C. So he kicks out automatic. He has one more left, as I remembered it this time. Chief Jay still in control. 13 off the Strongbow card. Action will take place outside the ring. A 7. We go to the... Oh, my Lord, we're going to the specialty chart. It's going to go nuts here, specialty. And that's the specialty chart right here, number 1. We roll again, add them together. It's a 7. Both wrestlers brawl outside the ring, smashing away. Roll both wrestlers DQ separately. Either or one wrestlers can be DQ'd. If neither wrestler is DQ'd, continue on offense for Chief Jay because he's in control. All right, so they're brawling away on the outside. The count starts. The count starts as Tribes fan. I guess he's rooting for Chief Jay Strongbow and Bobby Cantilano are here at the wrestling match. All right, so... Dusty Rhodes, an 8. So a 9 and above, he'll be counted out. It's a 5. He gets back in the ring. Chief Jay needs an 11 or a 12. It's a 3. So both wrestlers get back in the ring. And Chief Jay is still on the warpath. 65. Another tomahawk chop. Rhodes takes 2 backward steps, and his fat ass hits the canvas. And Chief Jay Strongbow will go for the pin, but Rhodes kicks out because he has one more kick out left. And now he has no more kickouts left. So Rhodes he's on even keel with Chief J. And his grade will go down. He's down to a D now. So Chief J Strongbow taking it to the Cowboy from Austin, Texas. 61 again. An inverted atomic drop. Oh, my Lord. What strength by Chief J Strongbow. And that will drop Dusty Rhodes, as you see a D1, to an F. Now, if he gets another downgrade, we're going to raise Strongbow, actually. You can't go past any lower than an F. So what I like to do is raise the opposing wrestler, the one who doesn't get the downgrade, up one. That's the way I play. Strongbow still in control. 23 turnbuckle chart. So Chief J is going to whip Dusty Rhodes, the American Dream, into the turnbuckle. And when you go to the charts, you add the dice together. That's a 7. Rhodes hits the turnbuckle, falls hard to the mat, tempers Flair. And now it's on like Donkey Kong as they brawl away. We go to the brawling chart. We roll. That's a 6. Rhodes is ready. He blocks the chop. And he knees Chief J to the groin. He reverses it, and now he is on offense. Oh, what a cheap shot by Dusty Rhodes. The boos come down here at Madison Square Garden. 53, we go to the Rose card. Belly to back suplex. Oh, look at the agony on Chief J Strongbow's face as Rhodes mocks the crowd, putting his hand to his ear, and the boo birds come down. The belly-to-belly suplex 53 drops Chief J 2 grades, so he goes to a D. Dusty Rhodes still in control, 41. And Chief J reverses as he rakes Dusty Rhodes' eye across the ropes. Chief J now in control. An 11, specialty move for Chief J Strongbow. 7. Both wrestlers brawl outside the ring. They go over the top ropes. Again, they're chopping and punching away. The referee starts the count. 9 and higher, Rhodes is counted out. 6, he'll make it in. Now for Chief J, he needs an 11 or a 12, and he is counted out. And he is counted out! He is counted out! Dusty Rhodes nailed Chief J Strongbow in the nether regions. The ref did not see it somehow. Rhodes rolls back into the ring. The count reaches 10, and Dusty Rhodes wins via the count out. So the American Dream, the man from Austin, Texas, defeats Chief J Strongbow from Oklahoma. The boos are raining down here at Madison Square Garden. Now that's the way I do a DQ or count out. And because they're outside the ring bashing away at each other, it's a count out to me. I don't know how exactly here, they don't really show you. I've read the rules. Maybe I missed something. But you can just stop the match. It's over. It's a count out. Dusty Rhodes wins in a really slobber knocker of a match. I mean, these guys went at it tooth and nail. Twice on the outside, bashing away. This time, Rhodes made sure Chief J wasn't getting back in that ring. He kneed him right in the nether regions. And Dusty Rhodes, cool as a cucumber, rolled his fat ass back in the ring. And the count reached 10. And Chief J Strongbow was counted out. So, this is, once again, it is literally called the Wrestling Dice Game. You can find it on, I have the link in the chat and on the page, Sports Replays Field of Dreams. And it's made by a gentleman named Chris. It's free. You can print up the cards. I'm going to show you once again what the cards really look like. And let's just get that over here. This is what the cards look like if you print them up. That's the Iron Sheik's card. Okay. The reason why I don't put the snippet is I just do the top of it because we have the card to the left of us. So we rolled 2 matches. They were a lot of fun. We did them I rolled 6 matches. 4 card and dice with charts, and then 2 with the Excel helper, plus these 2 I just did. Dave Little said, that's kind of an insult, for a guy who gets hit in the package, but nobody notices. It's true, Dave. It's wrestling. I agree. Again, I made that up because I'm like, well, it's wrestling. I mean, he gets counted out, so I figured he got kneed in the balls. But again, a way to play it, if you want to use the card, let's just bring this up here and cover that. Okay, we can't cover that. Why can't we cover? Let's bring that down here. Bring this over here. Okay. Now, what you could do is you print the cards, you bring the Excel helper up, instead of flipping through sheets, right? Say we have to go to, we rolled Iron Sheik, we rolled a 22. Instead of me flipping through a sheet, I can easily go, it's a 4, it's a turnbuckle. I click here, and there's a chart right here. And then I roll again. I mean, like if you wanted to roll your own dice. You can't roll your own dice and input. That you can't do. But you can roll your own dice and just use the charts and ignore this. And you can keep actually everything on. You can track everything here. Really fun game. It's free. I just wanted to show it to you guys. I know we have some wrestling fans. I actually totally enjoyed this. And I'm going to, like I said, I'm going to show you the roster here. And they have managers and everything. So we're talking about from 2. All right, so you got Abdullah the Butcher. We started at 2, so we'll minus 1 when we get to the bottom. There's 200 wrestlers. They have 200 wrestlers for free. This guy made. And again, it's an APA. It looks like APA to me. He even says, when you read through, he says if you're familiar with APA, you'll pick up quite quickly on this. Now, I'm not a big fan of the APA baseball or the football. I haven't played it enough. I know they have the NP3, the free game, which is kind of cool. I've looked at it, and they have a helper too with that. But this is a lot of fun. I mean, again, look at all of you get 200 wrestlers. My God, the matchups you can have. And I'm pretty sure you could figure out how to make your own wrestlers, your own wrestling card. I don't know if you want to fool around with the formulas. But again, if you mess something up, you just re-download it. I mean, you can have Dino Bravo against George the Animal Steel. You can have Hulk Hogan versus Greg Gagne. Ernie Big Cat Ladd, Eddie Guerrero, Eddie Gilbert. And there's also a separate rating for tag teams. And they also have, let's go back to the card. Go back to the system. Okay. On the card, let's see, I think we can see it here too. But on the card, this is a single matchup card. And in singles, he's a B grade. Tag team, he's a B grade. But you have the DQ. You have your saves. We actually remembered to do the saves. And Chief J. Strongbow twice had Rhodes to the canvas. But we used his kickouts. And you don't have to use them all. I use them right away. I mean, early in the match, if you're at an A, you can roll the dice, I guess, and say no. And save them for when you're worn down later in the match. But this the TS is a tag team save. He has 1. BR is a battle royal. And in a battle royal, he's a C. It looks like a lot of the wrestlers in battle royals are C's. Captain Carl says, that is a great roster. Dave Little, Ernie Ladd, one of my favorites. And he played professional football for the Chargers and the Chiefs, I believe. Ernie Big Cat Ladd. This is a nice game. Dave Little knows more about wrestling games than I do. And so does Mr. Utah Mike. But this is really, for me to get excited about this, it's pretty easy to understand. Now, there's another game, and that one's called Brainbuster Excel. This one I haven't delved into yet, so I don't want to show it. They have a ton of wrestlers, too. And you have to actually cut and paste the wrestlers' charts in. So a little more to it. I tried to play a little bit. I didn't follow, but I was really excited about the wrestling dice game that this gentleman Chris made. Again, there's another one, Brainbuster Excel, Brainbuster Wrestling. and it has an Excel help sheet. It's basically an Excel help sheet. And you find it on the same site, on the Sports Field of Dreams site. Captain Carl says, Ernie Ladd was once managed by Bobby Heenan. Yeah. So we'll go for about 5 more minutes. There'll be an even hour. What were your thoughts on the game? Again, this, I'm just going to show you. This, I cut and paste. I did a snippet. This does not come, and be careful where you put it. Make sure you put it way over here. I just wanted to show you what the cards look like. I just wanted to give the dog show. Russia, #1. Iran, #1. How you doing, dog show? Hope all is well. Check out that great channel, along with Dave Little and Bobby Cantillano. And many, many other luminaries here at the match. And this one we did at Madison Square Garden. Again, this is free. It was a lot of fun, and you can roll your own dice. You don't have to show these dice, but you can use the charts so you don't have to flip through. Again, if it says, I have my dice here. You're not going to see them, but I'll roll them. I just rolled a 24. And we'll say we'll go off Chief J Strongbow's card. 24. Into the ropes. So instead of me flipping through pages, it's into the ropes chart. It's a 5. I find the 5. It's into the ropes. I click on that. Now we roll. Again, now you add them together. When a chart, you add them together. On our action roll, on the card roll, you read the red die first, then the white die. So it's a 6 and a 3. That's a 9. And it would be your opponent comes off the ropes into a hip toss. So Chief J would have hip tossed Dusty Rhodes. Fun game, and it's free. So I hope everyone enjoyed it. I want to say thank you to Bobby Cantillano. Check out her wonderful YouTube channel and Facebook. The Dog Show, I'm going to be sending you an email. I got a cool idea for you. Yeah, how you've been doing those videos. I don't know how to do it, but I think you'll like it because I know you like some Westerns. You like putting music to it, and I got the perfect scenarios, dog. If it's A-okay for me to email you my idea, I'd love to see it. Or maybe you can help me, show me how to do it. Tribes fan, check out his great channel. He has his 2016 Twins replay. Ken Castro, sports writer extraordinaire. Dave Little, all things action, PC, basketball, and more. He's a big wrestling fan. Captain Carl, thank you very much. Scrolling up. Terry, thank you. Her money was on the Iron Sheik. Iron Sheik lost. Figure 4. Though I forgot to use his save, so. Dave Gardner. He did a wonderful hockey game earlier tonight. Check him out. HockeyTournaments.com also. Danny N. Gray's Cards and Toys. One other wonderful card collecting, toy collecting channel in our community. And I believe we got everyone there. So, any last... As the dog says, okie dokie, hit me up. Oh yeah, I think you're gonna love the idea. I think you're gonna love it. I just want to see it, even if it's on your. I don't care who's. I just want to see it. I think it's awesome, and I'm gonna maybe we do a Google Hangout sometime this week. And I'll just email and explain it to you because I love what you've been doing. I got to catch up on that on the stuff you've been doing with the music and the photos. But I'm wondering if it's a great idea. I think you'll like it. I think you'll like it, dog. So, thank you. Hope all is well with everyone. Again, free game, lots of fun. And again, let's look at the roster one more time, because why not? It goes from Abdullah the Butcher. There's Barry Horowitz. He actually almost beat Abdullah. He was getting the shit kicked out of him. He had one reversal move pin, and he almost pinned Abdullah the Butcher. Then he got bludgeoned again and lost. I did best out of 3 with Barry Windham and Abdullah the Butcher. What matches they were. Quick, too, but brutal. Abdullah the Butcher won 2 out of 3. You have 200, what do we say, -1. You have 200 wrestlers, because it started on number 2, on line 2. And again, you go from Abdullah the Butcher to the Warlord. You have Chief Wahoo McDaniels, Tully Blanchard, Triple H, Tony Garea, Tony Atlas. It goes alphabetical order by first name or if there's a the. Let's see if there's any. They didn't have Andre the Giant. I did not see Andre the Giant. Let's see if we can find Andre the Giant. I don't see Andre the Giant. No, the Giant, Andre the Giant. I didn't. He wasn't under A's. No. Let's go here for a second. I'm gonna search where you can print up the cards. I'm gonna type in Andre. No Andre the Giant. Well, that's a bummer. I guess I could make one. Let's do Giant. Nope. Let's do the. You can't see what I'm searching on the cards. The. All right. No, I don't see Andre the Giant. That's a bummer. That's okay. Yeah, Dog Show says Barry Windham, Mike Rotundo, you two American punks. They were a tag team. I remember that. Good night, Bobby. All right. Well, it's 1:01 in the morning in the a.m. I'm going to take a quick shower and go to bed. So, again, this is... let's go back to the look here. This game can be found. It's a free game. This is the Excel helper. Sports Replays Fields of Dreams. The link is provided in the chat and on the page. It's called Chris's Wrestling Dice Game. What a marvelous game. Tremendous effort he put into this. And there's also another one on there called Brian Buster's Wrestling Game. And it's a pure Excel helper. I haven't really delved into that one too much, but lots of fun, 200 wrestlers, and it's free. So thank you very much, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the two matches. I went really slow. I go slow anyway, but I tried to explain it. I made a few mistakes, but we caught them. If you have any questions, feel free to... Oh, that's a good one. Captain Carl. Horowitz and S.D. Jones were great jobbers. You're correct. And you can have tag teams. I mean, the fun. Again, this card, the Iron Sheik, what you're looking at right here, that's how the card prints up if you want to play true card and dice with charts. You can print the cards, which that's what I've already printed 50. And I put them in order of their grades. So, like, right now I have Bruno Sammartino and Billy Graham, and I got through the last one out of the 50. I printed 50. Baron von Raschke. And I put them together as A, B's, and, C's. That's the way I did it. So, lots of fun. Highly recommend it. It's free. Even if you can't print them, the Excel helper. And again, this part here, I did a snippet and I pasted it. It doesn't come this way. None of these pictures. I did it myself. And if you do this, you want to make sure you put them way over here, nowhere near here, because it's going to mess up the formulas. And if you do by accident do that, just hit the undo button. Or you can always re-download it. Never panic. You can always re-download it. Dog Show. S.D. Jones was a tag team champ with Teddy Atlas, I think. No, that was Rocky Johnson. Rocky Johnson and Teddy Atlas. They were tag team champs. Teddy Atlas... Tony Atlas used to do that power press where you put the guy right over his head and then just drop him. Yeah, it was Rocky Johnson and Tony Atlas. S.D. Jones almost won the tag title when I was a kid with Dominic DeNucci, but they got beat by Mr. Fuji and Professor Hiro Tanaka, whatever the hell his name was. Tanura Tanaka. Any more questions on this wrestling game? All right, so again, free game, site's been provided. I'll say it one last time. Sports Replay Fields of Dream. The link is on the page and in the chat. And it's called Chris's Wrestling Dice Game. You just got to scroll down the page a little bit. And also right near there is Brainbuster Wrestling. It's an Excel. I said Brian by accident. It's Brainbuster. Dyslexia is a wonderful thing. You invert shit all the time. So, all right. Well, thank you, everyone. Hope you enjoyed it. And, dog, I'll be emailing you my idea, and I think you'll like it. I look forward to seeing it, hopefully. All righty. Till next time, take care. Bye-bye. God bless. Watch out for that suplex or the poke to the eye. Health and happiness. Till next time, you know it's coming. Peace!